And this is Making Reborn Dolls with Karen. We're back with Emmy. She's had both her coats of '05, and now we're ready to put some warm blush on her. And we're going to discuss this internet thing again. I did spend a good while on the phone with AT&T. I found out that in our area, there is no faster internet than the one we have. And the one that we have is the lowest that they offer. That's all that's available here. Because, well, we're in a very, 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 very small rural town. And they're just, the number of people here, they don't think warrants raising internet speed or anything. But it is supposed to be 25 megabytes, something, something. I don't really know what that means. And they told me how to check the speed. You can go to this website and you can run a test and it'll check your speed. And I ran it, and it was 0.78. We're not getting even 0.20. We're not even getting the 25 megabytes. That's how bad it is. And they said, well, we can send a technician out for a service call. It's going to cost you money and stuff to get it tested and fixed and all that. Or you can just plug it in another outlet thing. Okay, I'll try that. But my sister won't hear it. So I don't know. When she is available for speaking to, I'm going to ask her again and see what she says. It's very hard to work with internet that slow. Now, that's why I can't upload hardly. It's because of the internet speed. It is not even the measly little 25 megabytes it's supposed to be. And because she said it's liable that something's wrong with the outlet that's plugged into. She said, just try another one. Don't you have another one in your house? I said, yeah. She said, try that first, and then call back if you need a service man. So I'm going to see about doing that today. I am going to finish Emmy's series on live. Like I said I was going to. Perhaps if everything works out, though, this will be the last series I do on live. I'm hoping. Don't know what's going to happen, but I'm hoping I can increase the speed somewhat, at least. 0.78, that's just ridiculous. It's not even 1 megabyte. And it's supposed to be 25. I think that would go much, much faster if it was 25. And it does vary from time to time. I guess I don't know what makes it vary, but it could be the number of people on the internet. It could be a lot of different things. But she said it was liable to be the location, and that's just all it is. She said there's really not a lot that can be done about it. Like she said, they'll send out a technician to check it and try to fix it to a higher speed, but it's going to cost to do that. So I said, well, let me investigate this other route first, and then we'll see. And if we can get a higher speed in another outlet, that should be good. At least that's what I'm thinking. If it's higher than 0.78, it's got to be better. Y'all tell me what you think about that. But there's like 3 outlets in this house. There's one over here by my table. There's one over there in the living room. I guess it's for if you have satellite or something, it has to plug in somehow or other. And the other one is in the master bedroom. So there's 3. So we ought to be able to find one that works better than the other one, at least one. She said over time, those outlets can just be bad. You know, I'm not talking about a regular plug-in outlet. I'm talking about the internet connector thing, the phone jack, I guess. That thing. Looks like a phone jack anyway. And I guess we're going to see what we can figure out. Anyway, this is Emmy's next to last coat. So there'll be one more video after this one. And then she should be finished. Ugh, just got paint all over my hands. The sponge is getting quite moistened, I guess, soaked up with the paint. See, it's all just everywhere on it. Can't lay it down or anything without getting a big stain. So it naturally is going to stain my hands and my nails real bad. Anyway, one positive thing is when I do a live, now that I know how to end it correctly, it does immediately post. It takes 1 to 2 minutes maybe, and it posts. I don't know. It's not all totally bad. I don't want to have to record this way. I don't like the quality of the video, but I guess if I have to, I have to. I don't know. Anyway, one more leg, and then we'll do her nails and lips again. This is her last chance to make the nails and lips right without doing an extra bake. That is if you want to tip the nails. If you're not tipping the nails, you can still do it on the last step. Without doing, I mean, you can still do it on the last step, but then you'd have to come back and tip the nails separate, which would be an extra bake. I don't want to do that extra bake, so I'm going to get it right before I get there. Anyway, I think these Maya legs are going to look real good on her, as opposed to those little tiny hands and feet she has, which they're not bad. I'm not saying they're bad. I just don't like the cuddle body. I don't like it. And so otherwise I would use the hands and feet. I don't care how big they are or little they are. I would use them, but I just don't like the cuddle body. So I just opted to give her separate limbs, different limbs, that is. Anyway, she's got one more coat after this one, and we'll get her done today. And I'm still not finished rooting Celeste. Celeste has a kind of big head, and she's proving to be a little bit hard to root, which basically just means her head is not cooperating pretty much with the needle. It's bending needles and breaking needles and things like that. So naturally, it's going to be a little bit longer to root her. But I'm getting there. Most of the back of her hair is rooted. I usually root in the back first, and then I root the front last. And most of the back is finished. I haven't started any on the front yet, which I'll probably start tonight. I usually get to a certain point, and then I switch around and start on the front of the hair. And then I decide the last little bit as I'm going along. Does it belong with the front hair or the back hair? You know, the back hair is rooted in a different direction than the front hair. So that the front hair can hang forward and the back hair can hang backward, you have to root them in different directions. So when you get to that little crest on the head where it kind of looks like it could go either way, I can usually tell where I want to stop. But sometimes I'm going, I should turn that around and put that hair the other way. It doesn't look quite right this way. And so I now kind of leave the very crest of the head till last, because that's where you're going to put the crown and everything. And if you don't root the hair in the right direction, there will be no crown. And so I don't make the swirl. I just make a sort of crown. I don't even know how to explain it. I've showed it on camera many times, and it just looks like a crown of the head without a swirl, if you know what I mean. It just kind of comes together there like it's going in different directions. I don't know. It's just, it works better for me than having that swirl. I just can't deal with that swirl on their head. I absolutely do not remember either one of my babies having a big old swirl on the back of their head. In fact, they were almost completely bald. They didn't have any hair to speak of. No, they weren't slick bald like a cue ball or something, but they were bald. And for one thing, my older son was born with very blonde hair. And so it was not even visible, really. My second son had fiery red hair, even when he was first born. And he looked like, somebody painted his head or something. He was just very, very redheaded. There we go. That's her nails. And now the lips. Her lips look really good. I'm just going to put a tiny skim on them to make them a little bit darker. More refreshed is more the word, not darker. I just put the teeniest little skim. I just want to refresh it up to a brighter color because the color's dark enough right now. It's just kind of muted a little bit because paint has went over it. And when she gets her very last coat of paint, see, it's going to be the same color as this lip color, so it won't be muted from that one. It's only very slightly muted anyway. You can't even really tell it. I can tell it because, well, I'm just used to the way I think it's supposed to look. Put a tiny bit in her nose. And now she's ready. And I have used exactly 11 minutes. I'll tell you. Anyway, we only have, today's the 27th, I believe. It's Friday, the 27th, I believe. Yes, it is, I think. Anyway, we only have one more day till the drawing. So I'm going to say, I don't have a garbage can. That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say that I really appreciate everybody who has participated in the drawing. And it has been what I would call a success. Everybody has done their part, and I wish everybody the best of luck. There's like 8 people that are who have numbers in the little container thing, and comes I think Sunday's the 1st. I think I'm gonna draw really, really freaking early because I'm gonna post that video first thing, and I mean, it might even be in the middle of the night. This morning, if you can count it as morning, it was past midnight. I got up at 1 o'clock. I could not sleep any longer, so I got up. So it might even be at that time. I don't even know. But yeah, we're gonna get this drawing done, and then I'll be immediately putting the labels in boxes and getting them out first thing Monday. Because I packed them up and taped them shut, slap the labels on boxes, and send them out. So I wish everybody the best of luck. You will be notified in your Facebook. I think everybody that's in the drawing, I have their Facebook information, so I can notify them in Facebook. Because people have been asking for butterflies. I purposely butterflies though, so that I could see who was getting a box. Because if you're getting a box, I can put your butterfly in the box. Because believe it or not, postage is rather high. The last time I sent out 3 boxes, it was nearly $50 to send them out. And then to send a set, it's going to cost about $4 more. I know to most people, but $50 is really high. That's one reason I want to go to doing gift certificates, because not only do you not have to wait for it, I mean, I can almost immediately give it to you. I mean, I just go buy it and I get a little virtual email thing that says, this is your card, this is your code number, whatever. And down at the bottom when you're checking out, it'll say, enter your code number or your discount code or whatever, your gift certificate number, and you just enter it there and it just gives you that much off your order. And I just got paint all over my hands. My hands look kind of orange now. But anyway, that works out a lot faster, a lot easier, and there's no postage. That postage is killing me, literally killing me. But anyway, I've already got the boxes packed and taped up and everything. So it won't be, usually I wait until I've already drawn the name and then I pack the box. But this time I wanted to be ready. So I've already packed the box. So we're going to get it out to the mail just as quickly as I can. Let's put it that way. And anyway, that's all I got for today. We're going to go ahead and end the video. And I'm going to get it posted on up and get her back in the oven. She's only got one more coat and then tipping her nails. And she'll be finished. And hopefully by then, I will have this internet thing figured out. I really want to go back to doing it the other way. But I don't feel like I can at this for slowness of the internet. And I'm going to see if I can improve that signal any. And if I can, we're going back to the other way. I like it better. I think the quality of the video is better. It's not quite as close up looking. It just looks huge to me. At least on the camera it does. Now, when I see the video posted, I watched Emmy's last one where I put the second coat of 05 on her, and then I immediately watched one that I recorded the other way, and they did look about the same size and about the same angle. The only problem is it fuzzes. It gets a little fuzzy. Excuse me. And another problem is I'm not sure people are going to find my videos as readily because I can't just go straight. I mean, on my phone, I can't do it. I can't go straight to YouTube and go to my channel and immediately see, oh, Karen was live or something like that. You have to push the category live, or you have to push a playlist. Now, when I went to Regina's channel, it was just there with her other videos. I don't know how that happened. I don't know how she did that. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong to keep that from happening, because that's one of the major problems to me is I can't seem to get it to be on the list with the other videos. But anyway, I'm going to end this video and get Emmy back in the oven. And please remember to like, subscribe, and share. And happy reborning.